If you've seen Slavoj Zizek speak, you've probably had two reactions. First, what is the man even talking about? And second, why does he make sense? In today's video, we decode the philosophy of Slavoj Zizek, if I'm pronouncing him right. He's one of the most strangest, boldest, and misunderstood philosophers of our time. Stay with me till the end because Zizek isn't just a philosopher, he is a mirror revealing the uncomfortable truth that we hide beneath ideology. Zizek is a Slovenian philosopher born in 1949. He is often nicknamed as the Elvis of the cultural theory because he turned radical philosophy into something people actually watch on YouTube. He blends psychoanalysis, Marxism, Hegelian philosophy, and pop culture, meaning that he could explain capitalism by talking about Coca-Cola. Desire through Hitchcock movies, and ideology through toilets, literally toilets. He isn't interested in giving answers, he wants to expose illusions. In a world obsessed with comfort and positivity, Zizek is here to disturb us. Now, I am free. I think for myself. Zizek says ideology isn't a mask hiding the truth, but it is the truth we live by without knowing it. It shapes our desires, our beliefs, even how we see reality. For example, think about consumerism. We know brands manipulate us. We literally joke about it. Haha, capitalism has turned us all into products. But we still buy their stuff, don't we? Zizek says the highest form of ideology is knowing you're being manipulated and still acting like you're not. In other words, we are not trapped by lies, we are trapped by the things we secretly want to believe. Zizek is deeply inspired by the psychoanalyst Jacques Lacan, again if I'm pronouncing him right, who believed that human desire is never truly satisfied. Zizek explains this using a simple example. Take relationships. You don't just desire another person, you desire the fantasy built around them. You don't really want to, you really want the illusion that makes life meaningful. He says, we don't really want what we think we want. That's why people chase success but feel empty when they get it. This is a very true thought because it shows the race of humans that the main aim of it has become a kind of a culture, part of the pop culture. I mean, most of you probably have seen reels or consume the content of the fake billionaires who show off their wealth on platforms like YouTube and Instagram and manipulate small kids into thinking that they could too be millionaires and billionaires just by trading, and then they sell their courses, and that's actually how they become billionaires and millionaires, but that's another story. I just got distracted by another point. So, where was I? Okay, desires keep moving the goalpost. Zizek argues that capitalism survives because it constantly manufactures new desires. You think you're choosing, actually, you're being guided. I mean, Marx, I think so, yes. Marx too has said that, and many of Marxists and communists do say that many capitalists actually argue that capitalism provides choices and it forces innovation, but it doesn't actually. It doesn't make options for you to choose, but instead makes the illusions and makes you believe that you actually have options, but you actually don't. Okay. Zizek uses the term joyocence, a strange mix of pleasure and pain. Example, scrolling endlessly on social media, you hate it, but you can't stop it. I mean, I too face this problem. I'm getting a bit distracted while speaking on this topic. I too get distracted by studying. If I really want to read any book, for example, this is my stack of my books. I have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 books in total. I have read, I think so, 10 of those books. But still, I do not like reading in general, but whenever I force myself to read, currently I'm reading White Knights and Other Stories and Communist Manifesto. I'm completing Sapiens by chapter. I mean, it's quite of a complicated book to consume in a one sitting, so that's why. Okay, let's get back to the topic first. Okay, Zizek uses the term joyocence, a strange mix of pleasure and pain. Example, scrolling endlessly on social media, you hate it, but you can't stop it. That's joyocence. Modern power doesn't control us by force, it controls us by telling us to enjoy. Enjoy your life. Follow your passion. Be yourself. I hate these kind of fake motivations. I mean, I'm being kind of Schopenhauer over here, but I still hate these kind of motivations. I mean, what is even point of living when these all motivations are fake? Sounds liberating, right? Zizek says that this is the new form of oppression. You're constantly being pressured to prove you're happy, productive, successful, and when you're not, you blame yourself instead of the system. Depression becomes a personal failure, not a social problem. This ideology at work again. Think dangerously. Question everything, especially the things that feel normal. He wants us to see that freedom begins when you confront uncomfortable truths. The hypocrisy of society, the lies we tell ourselves, the fantasies we chase. You don't have to agree with Zizek. I mean, it's quite difficult to agree on Zizek on most of the points. I mean, I have discovered him quite recently, and I only agree on some of the points because he's kind of extremist in the fields he studies, and I'm not. You just have to let him irritate your certainty because growth begins when certainty breaks. So that's Slavoj Zizek. Messy, chaotic, brilliant. In a world full of noise, he forces us to confront the structures shaping our lives, from capitalism and media to desire and belief. If you want deeper video breaking down Zizek's idea on ideology and capitalism, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more deep conversations. I mean, it was not a deep conversation, it was the most basic conversation we could have. Uh, this is desk philosophy. I mean, it's not actually. It is. The name of the channel has been actually changed. It was previously desk philosophy. We are thinking hurts, but in a good way. See you next time.